Okay guys, we're back to another full house cleaning, and I am trying to get in the track of just keeping everything fully maintained because back to school is about to creep in on me, and I homeschool them, so there's just so much going on. So I'm gonna take you room by room with me and just do like a massive cleaning of the house. So get your, get everything going, get your drink going, start cleaning with me, whatever it is you gotta do, we are going to do this together. Okay guys, I'm so excited for this whole house deep cleaning video because oh my gosh, the house desperately needed it. And as I was really getting ready to be excited, I stepped on this. Oh my gosh, did it hurt my soul because Legos and these little things hurt so much to step on. Anyways, I am going to start with the bathroom because it was probably one of the easiest, but also not the most overwhelming. I love opening the windows. I just opened up the curtains because it was way too hot. We've been reaching 105, 102, and I just was not having it with the heat today. So just opening the curtains to let some light in, and we are going to go ahead and just get going with the cleaning. And there wasn't much in this section, luckily. I've been trying to stick to the cleaning routine that has been my tried and true when it comes to cleaning in zones, and that has really diminished the amount of work that I have to do by the end of the week. I'm now trying to go back to my old schedule, which is the normal school schedule, because I homeschool and I cannot afford to take hours of my day to clean the house because I also have my own work to do. So it's a little bit of a challenge and it's not always fun, but taking on one day of cleaning is probably a little bit more helpful during that time. I'm also going to be redoing this space right here because I don't necessarily have like a designated office, which is perfectly fine. But when the kids go back to school, I do need that extra space to be able to grade their paperwork, submit stuff, make sure the curriculum is done properly. And then on top of that, do my work as well when I get to sit down and do a few things on the computer. So I'm doing my absolute best to try to come up with a solution for here, but I am going to be bringing out a vanity that I have in my closet that I absolutely love that could be utilized for extra space and drawers. So I figured that would be the best option at this time. It's honestly going to take care of the work. And then I realized I had so much stuff in here that I needed to declutter. So I am taking the time to just get this part done because it was only going to take me but maybe 5 to 8 minutes, and I just needed to get it done. There is so much random stuff that I just tossed in here when I was putting this in the closet, and it's a little embarrassing, but honestly, we talk about real life messes here, and it's totally acceptable to show the messes so that you guys can see this happens in every single person's house. I went ahead and used this like little vacuum, but then also guys, there's just so much dirt and hair and everything. And I've just been going back to my Dyson V8 because I don't know if it's because of the heat, but my dog, I have a terrier mix and he's been shedding so much. It's only during the summer that I notice this. If you guys have a terrier, let me know in the comments if this is normal or this is something I need to take him to the vet. And then we're going to go in now into the homeschool area where I am slightly but slowly prepping it for going back to school and just making sure it's nice and functional as well. I know that we are still very much in the middle of July, and a lot of us are still very much in the middle of our summer. And I am all for that. I am loving that too, and I'm happy and everything, but I hate being caught off guard. I feel like when I wait till the very last minute to prep for something, that I am not being the most responsible. So I am enjoying my summer, but I'm very much on that mindset that we are about to start school and there's just so many routines that are going to be switching over. I also like to kind of slowly get my kids back into that routine as well, because right now there isn't much like of a bedtime routine. Well, I shouldn't say there's not a bedtime routine, but we're not too worried about them like going to sleep super early or waking up early. And even though we homeschool, there is still a routine that I set for my children, because it just kids just thrive on that. At least my children do. So I'm making sure that every zone in the house is just either reset, cleaned, or deep cleaned. This bathroom was just cleaned recently, so it's just a matter of putting things back where they belong and then taking out any of the dirty towels. As for the laundry room, it is now going to be a dual room. It is going to be like my craft room slash obviously laundry room, but I just needed somewhere to put all of my crafts, and this area had one of these like little tables in the back where I can go ahead and just put like my Cricut and my heat press and all of these things. So I am going to be using that section for that, and of course for laundry, but it's just a little bit of like a double use. And for every place that we've ever moved to or lived in, I've always made sure that every area had a multi-purpose use. I just feel like in general this kind of helps me have homes for everything, that when I create these homes or declutter, everything has a purpose. Now, if you have followed me on Instagram, then you probably know that I have ADHD, and I struggle a lot with piles. Piles are just a thing in my household, and I'm trying really, really hard, but it's also incredibly difficult because when I declutter, I create piles of things that I'm gonna like give away of things or throw away, and then I stop mid-project. And then we're left with piles. So today I'm tackling a lot of those piles because they were getting to me, and sometimes I have these really bad bursts of like anger because I can't seem to manage these damn piles. If you deal with this, let me know in the comments. I have found that if I set 5 minutes a day at the end of my day, and that's just my pile timer, then I'm actually going to tackle it and put everything away. This one, however, was incredibly overwhelming to me because it was things that I had to make homes for. And for me, that's one thing that just irritates me, that I've made homes for things and now I have to make homes again. So it's really irritating for me to have to do this right now. But as I faced my diagnosis with ADHD, my lifestyle, everything that I have to do at home in order for it to function for me, my kids, my husband, I just have to do these things. And I don't always like it. Obviously, nobody ever likes facing some of these things, but I can tell you that setting a timer has been incredibly helpful because it doesn't make me feel like I have to be doing this for an entire day, with this exception, right? But when it comes to decluttering, at least, or making homes, I don't have to be doing that throughout an entire day and drain myself and be completely burned out by the end of it. So I definitely recommend using the timers, 5 to 10 minutes max, and don't allow yourself to reach burnout. Now, this is a section that really needed some help. I tend to not vacuum these steps as much, but I went ahead and tackled them. And then we went ahead and started working on this project. We've been talking a lot about making little steps here and there towards our house. We've only been here about a year, but just random projects here and there. Now, this wall, because the entire house is flat paint and it's not like a semi-gloss or gloss that's easy to clean, I have been slowly trying to tackle the sections of the walls where they are so scuffed up. And it's not even by the children. I mean, they're scuffed up because we moved in furniture, we had movers, we've been moving things back and forth. They're so easy to get dirty and or like marked up. So I found a really good cleaner that helped me out, and then I'm going to be using this mop to actually just give it a good cleaning. The water was so incredibly gross, and I blame the fact that we still live in a construction zone. They're still building a bunch of houses surrounding us. So I'm just going to go with that because I don't know how else a wall would be so incredibly dirty already in a year's mark. This area also gets so incredibly dirty. I do my absolute best to remember these, but I think I'm going to start making a list of my deep cleaning zones, the zones that genuinely never get touched because out of sight, I guess. I don't know. This isn't really out of sight, to be fair. It's definitely on site. It's just for me, it's just like I think of like the floors, the trash, the dishes, right? But I don't necessarily think about the stairs. So I'm making a list for myself as the time passes of areas. There's also a closet down here that I've been using for a lot of my cleaning supplies, and I was able to just put everything together in these rolling carts right here, and I'm gonna have some shelves put in here that I can still take out, but I want to make it more into a linen closet slash cleaning supplies. It just needs to be a little bit more condensed and put together, so I'm making sure this area is cleaned up. It's really not a big area. It doesn't have a light, so I added one of those like under the cabinet lights, and they work perfectly fine. I'll link it for you guys, but this overall is much better use of the space in my opinion. And I kind of want built-ins, but I kind of don't because I tend to move things a lot. So I'm going to go with just the removable rack and these carts and kind of just go with it. Now, because this area is very much still under construction, paint, I should say, I'm only going to clear the stuff from here and just kind of leave how everything is. I'm definitely going to move the rug. I don't want the rug to get any paint on it. And I'm pretty sure my husband's going to set up the area for painting. So I'm just going to clear that all out for him. And then once he's done and the project's done, then we will go ahead and put all the decorations back and just kind of set up. So in going into my dining room, I started thinking about fall decor. And I started thinking about Halloween because I've been seeing a lot of like Halloween in July. I don't know why. For me, it's the most exciting time. I love decorating, but I don't think that I'm ready to pull everything out. However, I do think I need to go through the decorations and either donate things that I'm not going to be using or throw away items that might have broken. So that'll be the next video where I just sit down with you guys and we go through the bins and we talk a little bit about how to decorate and how not to bring too much clutter into your house when we hit the seasons. Now, I have this amazing vacuum mop that I've been absolutely loving, and it's from Narwhal. This is not a sponsored post, by the way. I'm just sharing with you guys. In the past on Instagram, I've shared with you guys a number of vacuum mops that I've absolutely loved, and by far all of them have been outlived by the Narwhal. So I am so excited to have it because it makes cleaning so much easier. I just started it. It's going to do a vacuum mop, and let me tell you, for me, just having that is tenfold time saving. There is a number of vacuum and mops machines out there, so I've made a list for you guys down below that you can shop around and just kind of see what fits your lifestyle, your needs. Some of them are really better for pets, like if you have pets like dogs and cats, they will catch the hair better. Some other ones are really good at mopping, so I have the list for you guys to check out, and that way you can do a more educated shopping. My personal experience with the Narwhal has been that it's great for pets, kids, dirty messes, spills, everything. That's just my personal, so I'll have the link for you guys, see if you guys want to check it out. And yeah, we're gonna continue on to the kitchen now. The kitchen is always like this. Not necessarily that it cannot stay clean, it's just it becomes a catch-all when I'm cleaning everything out. But I found a trick and I want to share that trick with you guys. I've shared it over on Instagram and it has helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you. So when you're cleaning something so incredibly cluttered as you see here, it can be visually overwhelming, but I want you to always start from left to right or right to left. Basically stick to one direction as you're putting things away. And in my opinion, this has helped me stay on track as somebody who has ADHD, and it also lowers the anxiety. For me, looking at something like this, I just freeze. Like, no, I don't want to do this. But knowing that I have a plan is so incredibly helpful. So you're going to see me tackle this literally in just minutes, and I'm not even like frustrated or annoyed or anxious. I just know that I have to work from one direction to the other, and it is magical. So the kitchen, I try to be a little bit more intentional when I take my time. It's not always just dishes, counters, and floors. When I'm doing like a true deep cleaning, I will go into the fridge. I will go in and hand wash most of the things. Even though we do run our dishwasher, if there's just a few dishes, I'm just going to tackle them by hand. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right here. And I'm also trying to keep an eye on my kids. They are playing and just kind of hanging out. out. And then my husband's taking care of that project, so he's also asking me a few questions here. But I'm going to go ahead and tackle the fridge and the freezer. This is the monthly reset. So you're going to see a lot of monthly reset stuff here, like some of the cleaning I did earlier, the stairs, the landing, all of that stuff. That was a monthly reset thing. So the fridge is next, and there wasn't much to really clean aside from taking out the containers of food that there's just leftovers we didn't finish, or just some things that might have gone bad that we just weren't paying attention to. So that's what I'm taking care of right now. And then I decided to use some lazy Susans for the spices. We are definitely a condiment family. We love our condiments. And so I just decided to put all of those on the lazy Susans, and then have the drinks like the milks and the juices to be on the actual door side. So it just made it more reachable for the kids. I think it works perfectly fine. So then I'm going to go ahead and tackle the other side of the kitchen. And again, from one direction to the other, it just makes it really easy. You probably saw a few bags there of like random paper bags. We recently got a flyer from the trash company that now they're going to be like looking into the bins and making sure that you're throwing away like things that are proper in them. And while we're typically really good about that, like they want to make sure that you are putting food scraps on like the landscaping bin. So that's semi new to us in the sense that they have like a very specific way that you have to do it. They want the specific bags to be used and so on and so forth. Once I'm done with that, it's literally dinner time. So this has been my day in cleaning. I hope you guys enjoy this and found this motivational. I have come up with a little bit of a schedule for our next few videos, and I know we have back to school prep, we have end of summer decluttering, so I think those two videos will be next. Definitely end of summer decluttering, putting everything's back to normal. So I am going to have a free template for you guys to download on my captions at the bottom. Make sure you download that, and that's basically what we're going to be using to declutter. So it's really fun. It's like a little coloring sheet. You look at what is telling you to declutter, and then you do it, and then you color it. And it's like the most amazing thing for me. I know it seems very simple, but as a woman with ADHD, I don't need overly complicated lists. I don't do well with overly complicated lists. I just want something that tells me exactly what to do it. I color it and I feel good, and then done. So I'm going to share with you guys that, and I will see you guys next time.